Yo, yo, yo. What's up, YouTube? It's nice to kind of like trim things back mentally and psychologically to focus on the audience. An accurate, simplified audience. Like I have friends who I know watch my video, which is great. And I love that, but I don't want to necessarily focus on making videos towards or for specific people. Right now, I want to just make more of a generalized video to everyone, I guess. And that's why I say hello, YouTube. It's to YouTube, basically. Anyone who watches this on YouTube. But that's not to exclude anyone. It's just to broaden and, yeah, not focus on, not focusing on certain people. Anyway, just wanted to kind of make like a little, I don't know, I'm not really sure. This is interesting. I'm not really sure what this video is going to be. I could talk about mental health. I could talk about some theology, different things like that. I could talk about myself, my own life, what's going on, vlog. Let's see. I'm just going to talk about what's going on. So this will definitely be like just a vlog entry. So, it's Friday. It's April 25th. Yeah, 25th. I got it. Nailed it. And no school today. Don't have school on Fridays. Today's a different day. And so basically, I slept in my tent last night. Got a tent yesterday, put it up in the yard, and yesterday afternoon, and slept in it last night. It was much colder than I expected, so that was a little hard. And there's actually some dew that came through. If you see my other video, you already know this, but there's some dew that came through onto my blankets, which is not that big of a deal, but yeah. And yeah, so just a different kind of day. I slept in the tent last night, so feeling different, and it's nice. I like it. I actually really like it. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more normative, normal. But yeah, so today I have to take my mom over the bridge to Anne Arundel Medical Center. She's having she's getting her knee checked out or something she had knee replacement surgery, so a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. So she's getting checked out. She can't drive herself, so I'm driving her over there, and so that's my duty today. I have to take her there. Then after that, I don't really know. Oh yeah, so tonight, yeah, Washington Capitals, baby. Caps are playing tonight in Montreal. I'm really, really excited, and I guess I'm really frustrated in a way. I'm really digging that feeling out because it was really hiding, but I am frustrated. I'm frustrated because I really want the Caps to win tonight, right? Of course, I really want them to win, and if they do, they'll go up 3-0 in the series. If they go up 3-0 in the series, it's all but over. It's as close as you can get. We have like an 80, 82, 86, something like that. I forget the stat, but let's just say an 80-some% chance of winning the series because we're up 2-0 already. But in a normal series, Montreal will at least win this game. And I guess that's where the frustration comes in. I don't want them to win. I don't want them to win at all. See what I'm saying? I don't want them to win, but it's possible. It's possible that they will win. I'm not going to say it's very likely, because I hate the thought of the fact that I'm not going to say it's very likely. It's not very likely that Montreal will win tonight. It's possible that Montreal will win tonight, but it's also likely that the Caps will win. It's also possible that the Caps will win. But if the Canadiens come back and win tonight, then I wouldn't be that surprised, but I still would be a little upset. Anyway, welcome to my life as a Capitals fan, as a hockey fan in the NHL playoffs. It's a whole dichotomy. pretty sure I'm using that word correctly, and if I am thrilled and stoked, because it's a wonderful word to just casually pull out and use effectively in the course of conversation. But yeah, so things are different today than usual. I'm really liking the forecast of things. Felt the spirit as I said that. So my brother is getting baptized this Sunday, not into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but into the church that he's going to, and that's my dad's church basically. And so yeah, that's exciting. So I'm not going to be at my church this Sunday because I'm going to be there supporting my brother, celebrating my brother's baptism, which is a really cool thing. He went through a phase where he was basically an atheist or agnostic for a long time. And so moving on to present day, to right now, here we are. I just lit some sage. I do this sometimes. Now, he's getting baptized. It's amazing, right? So it's really amazing. He's come a long way. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean, he's come a long way in a good way of progression. And everyone's walk is different and stuff like that. And we all have free will, so no judgment. But it is always great when someone decides to follow God, right? It's always great when someone decides to follow God. And to get baptized, that's a big deal. So my brother is very individualistic. He's very unique in a lot of ways. He's very individualistic. That's a really great way of saying it. So with him getting baptized, it will mean something to him. It definitely means something. He has his own understanding, his own reasons, his own method and plan and all this kind of stuff. So not that he's going to control how he's baptized, but like that's just the kind of person he is. So it's pretty cool. But let's see. Yeah, so that's going on. That's really cool. Really excited about that. It's different. I'm not looking forward to not being at church this Sunday, but I am looking forward to... It's just nice. I like the variety. I like the little bit of differences here and there. It's nice from time to time. Not necessarily to get a break, but it's nice to do things a little differently. That's one of the reasons why I like General Conference when it comes around. Not because I don't like going to church, but because it's nice to be able to change things up from time to time, twice a year with General Conference at least, and be able to just watch from home. It's awesome. It's really awesome. And you go back to church and you're like, yes, I miss this. I miss church. I love church. I don't like not being there, but it is nice to be somewhere else sometimes, just the way it goes. But yeah, no, it's cool. And my friend Danielle invited me to this thing tomorrow, which is really exciting. Oxford Day, local festival. So I'm excited to go to check that out. I'm also planning to go to the temple tomorrow afternoon, which I'm really excited about and looking forward to. And yeah, so just a lot of really cool things. And my dad and family are going to Plaza Tapatia, a restaurant, after my brother's baptism on Sunday, which I don't usually spend. I try not to spend money on Sundays. I try not to eat out on Sundays. I try not to do that because I don't want to encourage people to work on the Sabbath. And that's just wise counsel we've received, excuse me, as saints. But it's a very normal thing, and it's not something that I usually do, but I kind of thought about it. I haven't really prayed about it. I guess I prayed about it a little bit. But I feel like it is okay to go. I'd rather go and be with my family and eat out on the Sabbath, but be with my family, than to not be with my family and not eat out on the Sabbath. So it's interesting. It's one of those situations. I'm getting these situations lately, and they're very interesting situations. It's very like, I actually love them, but that doesn't mean that they're easy. So these situations are kind of like a separating the wheat from the tares. It's kind of like a refining process. It's kind of a, what do you stand for? Where do you stand? I'm having those moments. I'm having those moments lately. So I don't know if you are or not, but I am. And like I have a friend who does this thing at her church. She doesn't even, it's not really her church, but she just does this thing called The Gathering. And it's held at a church in a neighboring town to where I live. And she leads it, and it's called The Gathering. And it's usually just people talking. I wish this dude would pick a lane instead of doing what he's doing. It's really lame. Yeah. And let's see. She invited me to it, and I've been once before, but I've been learning some lessons. Kind of. I've been figuring it out. I've been figuring it out more is a better way of saying it. I've been figuring out that it's important to be careful about the things that you do, where you go and spend your time, of course, right? Like, I knew that already, but like just in a different way. Because like when a friend invites me to their church, it's like, yeah, I would love to go to your church, but I'm not going to just like casually go to your church and be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go to your church, no big deal, you know, never think twice. Like, I have responsibilities in my church, and I have a testimony of the Restored Church, and I have a testimony of Joseph Smith, and the truth in this dude is definitely being stupid and unwise in the middle of the road like that. Ridiculous. And lots of things. So, it's important to be careful about where I spend my time and whether to go and be involved in other churches. Like, I was going to a Bible study at my dad's church for a while. And it's tricky. It's a slippery slope. You got to be careful because you don't want to spend too much time around the wrong things. And that sounds really harsh, or can sound really harsh, but it's really important. It's really important to be careful because, like, no offense to these people, but like so my friend invited me to that thing, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but I just have to be careful about like I already only have so much time, and I'm not getting to the temple as much as I need to. I'm not doing Come Follow Me as much as I need to. There's already enough things that I know I need to be doing that I'm not doing well enough, to the point where, oh, I'm not supposed to turn there, wrong turn, to where I'm not trying to go do a whole bunch of other stuff on top of all the other stuff that I'm already not doing. And I think that's one of the major key takeaways from it, one of the main major key takeaways. And that's why these things are dangerous, because it's like, yeah, come on by, no harm, no foul, no danger, no risk, nothing, no big deal. Come on by, you know, no harm, we'd love to have you. And it has this innocent connotation to it, and it does. And a lot of times, I'm just saying situationally, you have to be careful, because you can spend a lot of time, and I know from being around them, I'm not trying to say bad things about other people of different faiths, but here's the thing. When you have a testimony of Joseph Smith, you have a testimony of the Restored Church and the Book of Mormon, those things are completely unsupported in these other churches. And not only are they unsupported, they are looked at discouragingly. They are questioned. They are criticized, etc., etc., etc. So when you go to these other churches and they believe in Jesus, and they believe in God, and they believe in the atonement, they believe in great things, it's great and it's wonderful, and faith and everything like that, and following the commandments and things like that, and those are great. All those things are great. I never downplay those things, but those things are great. But when they believe in those things, but they don't believe in the other things, it's not that everyone has to believe the same thing, and it's not that you can't have other Christian friends. It's just that when you spend a lot of time with them, you have to be careful, because you know the truth, and you don't want negativity to rub off on you about the things you know are true. You know what I mean? You have to protect your testimony. You just have to. And so that's a key thing to me. And so that's the line I'm walking. It's a balancing walk. I walk it with my family all the time. I do a really good. I do a pretty good job. I think I do I do a good job, a good to really good job with my mom's side of the family, because I read the Book of Mormon with my grandparents. Got to get up with that more. But we read the Book of Mormon together. We're almost finished. They are open-minded enough. They've been open-minded enough to actually read most of the Book of Mormon with me, which is a big deal. And that definitely says a lot about them. And my mom knows, I mean, I'm a member and everything, and I live with her, and so I'm a huge influence to her in her life, and I give her priesthood blessings and things like that. And so there's that. But then, like, when it comes to my dad's side, it's not as strong. It's much more, my testimony is much more subtle. It's much, I don't even want to say quiet because that's such a negative thing, but in a way it's kind of quiet because I know that I have to be a little careful. And my dad is really awesome, actually, and I can talk to him about stuff, and this is actually amazing talking about this right now because it helps so much. It helps my mental health. It helps my relationship with my dad. It's amazing. It helps my healing, everything. But no, it's really cool. My dad is actually really cool, and he's let me share some things with him, and I have shared some things with him, and he's actually listened to me. Not saying he agrees, but he's let me say them to him. He's let me tell him things, or share with things, or read. I read Joseph Smith's testimony to him, testimony of the 8 witnesses, things like that, and testimony of the Book of Mormon, those kinds of things, and just really cool things, right? My stepmom, on the other hand, she is very guarded, and she's very like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about? Whoa, we don't talk about that. She gets a really scared look in her eye, a really worried, concerned, defensive, scared look, and that's really uncomfortable. I mean, of course, that's always, that triggers some past experiences with myself and her, but it's hard to deal with, and you kind of have to treat people. Yeah, you have to be kind to people, and you have to treat people according to where they are, basically, because if you don't, then it's not really. You just have to be careful. And some people, I think, maybe I overthink everything. Maybe I'm overthinking everything because I think of other friends who are very just kind of passive and casual about it, and it's like effortless. They do some things pretty effortlessly, you know. And I know other people will say the same thing about me, but I don't know what this dude is doing. This guy in the van, he's just driving all over the road. He's probably good now, but he's probably reaching over to grab a cup or something and distracted. But you know, so it's like, it's a different story with my mom's side of the family versus my dad's side of the family, and it's really cool. It's very interesting, and it's really cool, and I really like to talk to this too. Where are all my converts at, people? Where are all my converts at, fam? LDS converts. Where are my LDS converts at, yo? Where are you guys at? Come out and talk to me, all right? Tell me, you know, and is your family members in the church? Yes or no? And tell me about what your journey has been like since becoming a church member, becoming a member of the church. And what's it been like with your family? I want to know these things because I know what they're like for me, and I feel like I don't have that many people to talk to about it. So anyway, I'll just share more about it. But, you know, for me, it's been a little tricky, and I've learned to kind of like hold my tongue. In the beginning, I was like, and not saying this is wrong, but I was really excited about everything and super sharing things and wanted to share everything all the time. But then I also realized, just like, you know, sometimes you have to be tactful, sometimes you have to be careful, and yeah, you have to be kind of tactful sometimes, is what I believe, you know. And I saw a few turtles out there. You have to be tactful, and you can't just share everything really quickly, like all the time, rapid fire, because people aren't ready for that kind of stuff, and you'll just overwhelm them, and it won't even settle in. You got to wait until they're ready to receive it. You don't hand them a gift that's too big for them to carry. It's a great analogy. What an amazing analogy. Oh my gosh, that's freaking amazing. That's astounding. That is a gift from heaven right there. You don't give them a gift that's too heavy to carry. You don't give them a gift that they can't receive. That is why you go slow. That is why you do little by little. That's why you do here some, there some. Here a little, there a little. That's why. Man, that was deep and great. Thank the Heavenly Father for that analogy. That's really wonderful. So that's kind of been where I'm at, what I've been trying to do and work on and take care of, not trying not to give them a gift that's too big for them to receive. And my dad is strong, like he can receive a lot. He can receive a lot and he can handle a lot. But at the same time, I'm also trying not to push them. You don't want to do it in a negative way, right? You don't want to push them in a way that's taxing on them. And I've seen this happen before with other people. I've seen it, and I could be right, I could be wrong, but the impression I got, my first thought on it was, my instinct on it was, people were, pushing a little hard. Which that's what we're supposed to do sometimes, right? Like the missionaries, they're supposed to share the gospel. And it takes that boldness, it really does. And so I'm not trying to say don't be bold, but I don't know, it's a lot. And I guess I'm just trying to say, like, just be careful, and try to be sensitive to the person. But at the end of the day, don't not share. Don't throw the opportunities to share away. You know what I mean? Like, be valiant in your testimony. Anyway, these are just a lot of thoughts I'm having right now, and they're really great. But so I'm going to the thrift store right now. Second day in a row. I've got a little bit of money left on my gift card, so I'm going to St. Michael's thrift store here. It's a good one, I like, and coming back to give my mom a ride to her appointment. So that's the kind of stuff that's been going on lately. But yeah, just some thoughts, So I'm excited. I'm excited to go to my brother's baptism this Sunday. I'm excited. I'm excited about I'm excited about the trend in my family. I'm excited about the coming closer to God. And it's really awesome. It's really awesome. It's happening in my family, my dad's side specifically, more so, which is just great. It's a wonderful, amazing thing to see. And at our family gathering, just fun tidbit I want to throw out there. At our family gathering for Easter last Sunday, we had, mostly Protestants, but we had Protestants, and meaning we had Baptists, non-denominationals. We also had maybe Wesleyans, maybe. We also had Catholics, at least 2. Latter-day Saints. We had like the whole gamut. It was awesome. We had the whole spectrum. It was really cool. And the one thing in common that everyone had was basically everybody believes in God. And that's amazing. It's such a blessing, such a gift. It is such a gift from God, such a blessing from God, such a gift from God. What an amazing gift. And we were all able to get along in peace. It's just so awesome, so awesome. So anyway, it's just really awesome. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get here to the thrift store, and I'm almost there. I took a walk today. I saw 2 black snakes in the woods. I didn't go in the woods, but they were in the woods. They were on the edge of the woods. One was in the woods coming out to the edge of the woods, and both black snakes. Really cool. Really cool. I sent it to my friend, and he was like, "Oh, nice rat snake." And I was like, "Rat snake? Really?" I was like, I thought they were called black snakes. I didn't say that, though. I was like, is that another word for a black snake? And anyway. But I was reading my sociology book to my mom, because that helps me with my reading. That helps me with my reading of it, because someone else is listening. It just helps me to focus. It's nice. It's nice when you know someone else is listening to it. It just helps you process it better, helps you understand it, helps you helps you understand it more. It helps maintain the information better. And it was kind of crazy. It's about gender, sex, and sexuality, and gender identity, and all these kinds of different things. So very, if I had to choose one word to describe it, I would choose woke. Very woke for sure, but it is interesting and helpful. It's interesting it's important. I think it's important to read and listen to and take in ideas that you don't believe sometimes, because they really help you figure out what you do believe. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm running out of things to say, and I don't feel like I have much else to say, especially that's of like really good substance or anything. But yeah, thanks for watching this vlog. If you watched it, it's just a vlog. I don't expect people to watch it, but if you do, I'm sure you got something out of it. That's usually how it goes. We always get something good out of it. So, thanks for watching. I'm almost to the thrift store, and I'm about to tear it up. I've got $9 to spend, so that's a lot of dollar DVDs. You can get a lot of dollar DVDs for $9, you know? That's what I'm saying. So, anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and have a great day. Let me know how your life is going.